German Grand Prix with 34 cars. The race with the fewest entries saw only 6 cars line up on the grid. This was the infamous 2005 US Grand Prix, which saw 14 cars pulled out of the race due to tyre safety concerns. We might be used to blisteringly fast pit stops, some even approaching the sub-2-second mark. But what about the long list? Well, that would go to Valtteri Bottas, who had to retire after a seized wheel nut forced him to retire in the 2021 Monaco GP. The seized nut was removed 43 hours later, which officially makes it the longest pit stop turnaround in history. I'm not superstitious, but in the long and fruitful history of F1, no one with the surname Hill has ever failed in winning a world title. For example, Graham Hill, Damon Hill and Phil Hill are all previous.
Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to round 14 of the Chinese Grand Prix here at PRL. Not sure if you can hear me nice and clearly or not. Let me know. We're here on the YouTube channel of PRL. Yeah, it will be interesting today because I've got a bit of a cold and I don't know how I'm going to get through this without dying, in all fairness, let's put it lightly. We currently only have 3 drivers out on the track, Henk, the Alpine and McLaren. It's a 5.4 kilometre long circuit, very long straight down the back end, 3.4 miles long. The first Grand Prix was held here in 2004, and I'm going to ride on board with Henk for the half. And it's got a bit wide, didn't invalidate his lap already, so I'm going to ride on board with the Alpine who's just behind him. First man to start his lap, Ivo. Last week a lot of drivers did very well on their lap. Hopefully we won't see a DNF from many drivers. A lot of drivers moving out of the way here through connector 1, coming out of turn 3, moving into turn 4. Quite a difficult track here, to be honest. My favourite part is the long straight around the down the backside. Mainly because I just drive in a straight line. I don't really have to think about anything. Yeah, I mean, the Chinese circuit is quite interesting, quite a tricky track to navigate through. But I'm sure these drivers are very much capable of doing those tasks. Now we're going to finish in connector 2 with Ribo, obviously purple connector 2, as he's the first man to be doing his lap. So foot to the floor, coming round turn 13 into the long back straight. We have a speed trap here as well, down the back of the back straight. Very long DRS point. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, and he's lost the rear end a tiny bit. Coming out of the penultimate corner, Caribou. But he's got plenty of time to shake that back up, shake the lap back ready. We've got 14 minutes. Henk did not invalidate. So Henk did get a 136. Ibo with a 135, who's a bit shaky coming through. We have a Williams about to start their lap, so we'll ride on board with the Williams of Seb Mail. Currently in the standings, Red Bull currently third with 298. Alfa Romeo with 277. Trailing not far behind with 21 points. Very close in the championship standings. Williams currently in third, 30 points behind. Mercedes in fourth with 249. We're very close at the moment in the Constructors' Championship. Gintolo currently in first with 177 points in the drivers, who is here today. Huge, who was not here last week, missed out on a lot of points, that man did, but he's here this week in his Mercedes. Edropi comes from the line with a 133.121, not a bad lap, Very nice laps. We've got overcast weather today. Overcast weather. Win this season. Huge have got 2. I don't know if it's been updated any recently. Apparently Gintolo has not got a win this season, which would surprise me going into round 14 with 177 points. He's gone very deep, Dev Mail. Bear in mind, I don't think there's any assist in D2. He's gone very deep into the penultimate corner, but he's going to cross his car, bringing Williams over the line, and he's going to put himself nowhere because he invalidated and I was not paying attention. Very nice. You can see the awareness that I have today of my cold going very well. We'll watch this Alpha Tauri. Where is Alpha Tauri? He's there. Put himself in third with a 133, 160. Huge with a very nice time with a 132, 109. You can see why he's fighting to get solo for the championship right now. There's a Williams behind. Dev Mail doing his lap. Oh, we was an outlap from Dev Mail. You can see I'm paying attention very well, nicely here. 2 Williams on their hot lap, but Van's Racing invalidated. QBville coming now into the hairpin. Gone very deep into the hairpin, missed the apex. I don't know if that's going to invalidate his lap. He's going to put himself across, coming around the final corner of the left-hander. He's going to put himself into timing sheet with a 138.997. Still a fair amount of drivers yet to do their lap. Danger yet to come out. Racing Wheel Youngling, a lot of drivers yet to come out. Still sorting out their setup for this Grand Prix. Just under 11 minutes remaining of qualifying. We have a qualifying and then a 50% race. We'll ride on board. Ted Mail pushes Williams at a 133.211, currently in 4th place. Gidolo, the current championship leader, still yet to set a lap. A lot of drivers in the pits. I think this man has not conserved his DRS. He's not bothered, he's coming into the pits anyway. There's a lot of drivers in the pits right now. Ted Mail's going to be coming into the pits. Motti will not be doing a lap. He's done his lap, put himself in the P6 at the moment with a 134.082. Ibo's done his lap with a 134.671. A lot of drivers still in the pits. Don't think this man is on a hot lap. Yeah, he's moved out of the way, I think. Or doing some questionable driving here. Let's go back to the statistic, which I don't think have been updated. Apparently there's only been 1 pole position. So yeah, definitely not being updated. This may have. Huge had, this looks more like it. Huge has had 4 podiums. Gintolo has had 4 as well, so they're equal on podiums. Wind-wide, I'm not too sure. Can't see that. If I go here. Gintolo actually had not got a win. Huge has got 2 wins. Gintolo had got 3rd on the podium 4 times. Huge has got 3rd on the podium twice. Neither drivers have got 2nd on the podium. Gintolo has yet to score a race any higher than P3. However, he's been very consistent with his points. However, Huge missed a couple of races, or potentially DNF'd from a couple of races. So, quite interesting there. STB also with a win. Iron Ghost, who is not with us today. I think he's got an injured hand, if I'm not mistaken. Has got 3 podiums, 2 wins, and a 2nd place. And he's done 4 races, 3 of them in the podium, and 1 was a DNF. So that's very unfortunate for him. Very unfortunate to not see him here today. But things happen in life. Still a lot of drivers yet to set their laps here. 8 minutes remaining. Still a lot of time. We're riding on board with FD Danger, who just set a purple sector 1. Let's see where I can put in McLaren. Ride on board with him here. Ooh, we've had a couple of messages in the chat. coming through sector 2, and you've got a purple sector 2 in your hand. FG Danger has got a purple sector 2, so currently on par to take provisional pole off Huge. If he doesn't mess up in sector 3, it's a bit shaky off the rear end coming round turn 13, but now down the back end. DRS wide open. Not a long to Mexico straight, but still a very long straight. A heavy braking here, need to hit the apex and be very careful with your acceleration here to try and not lose the rear end and put too much torque onto the car. He's going to come round the final corner. Patrick Myler has retired from the session. And he's going to put himself, that McLaren, into P2 with a 132.294. Not far behind you, just about a tenth and a bit. But a very solid lap. The two McLarens last week were looking a bit shaky in Japan. Both looking very promising within the start of the race, but they had a bit of a kerfuffle, not with each other, but just driving errors, and didn't end up earning as much points as they wanted to. But they're both looking very quick today. Currently sat in P2 and P3. Still a lot of drivers yet to set their laps, but there's a lot of them out on the track in sector 1 right now. Fodwad going a bit deep in turn 11. If you were watching me here, I'll be going deep in every corner. I'm awful at the track. As much as I love driving F1 cars, I really despise China. As I do Japan. Yeah, we'll ride up with Fodwad. Early braking. Very early braking. Coming around the final corner. Bit wide, maybe invalidated. Yeah, not invalidated. Going to put his car into P11 with a 140.702. Not a good lap. Not a very good lap actually from him. Jill will ride on board. He's just come out of the pit on an out lap. Don't think he'll be doing a hot lap with 110 DRS. Can't lie to you. We'll ride on board with Van. You get to set a lap. There is 5 drivers yet to set a lap. Patrick Myler has retired from the session. Not sure if he has a quali ban or anything else, not too sure. But riding aboard with the Williams, his teammate currently sat in P5 with a 133.211. He's got a purple sector 1. So very good for Van. He's gone a bit deep into turn 6. But he's going to ride the apex nicely here. You don't want to touch that curb. That curb can get very dangerous and like to spin you out if you touch that curb. Especially at those speeds. Gone very deep down into turn 9, but managed to catch the car very nicely going into turn 10 now. Heavy braking going into turn 11. How it's normally done. You watch the braking boards on the right hand side that people use for measures. And now we go round the back end into the back stretch here at China. We have 2 DRS detection points, just one just before turn 12, just a long right-hander. That's for the back stretch, and we have another one just coming out of the final corner of turn 15, where we're just about to watch Van racing come past for this DRS point. So he's going to put himself and the Williams into P7 with a 133.949. 3 drivers still in the pit yet to do their lap. There's a lot of drivers now. Beru coming in. Deb Mayle has just put his Williams with a 132.2 into P2. I'm all over the place at the moment. Motti just put himself P5 with a 133.118. Van Drayton just set his lap. Ibo P9 didn't manage to improve with a 134.262. Fodwad did manage to improve, but that doesn't look very great, to be honest. With a 138.103, had improved with 140, waiting for the car to go by, and then he can move out of the way. He's retired from the session. Not much time left now. The session racing wheel coming out. 3 minutes and 6 seconds left of qualifying. We're riding ball with PRL Jill at the moment, who's currently, where are you in the standings? You're currently 6th in the standings with 100 points, trailing Gitolo by 77 points. Bit deep going into turn 14. QBVI has been disqualified for driving the wrong way around the track. Maybe an accidental error. PRL Jill puts himself, doesn't improve, doesn't improve. The 136.230. I'm all over the place with my cold. I don't really know what I'm doing. Youngling on an outlap, racing wheel on an outlap. Gitolo, the current championship leader, is yet to come out and do his lap. So, not sure if he has a qualifying ban or anything like that. Huge is not coming out. Dead Mail it. Will just about have enough time to do an outlap before he begins his lap. A lot of drivers are now on an outlap now. Motti has come in, just come in. He's happy, that's him done for the day. We have the McLaren of Enzeropi coming out, STB, who currently 4th in the championship. Doing his lap right now. Will he improve from P7, foot to the floor, and improved up into, did not improve his lap unless that wasn't a lap. And he just used up all of his ERX, which is very smart of him. And Enzeropi has retired from the session, so that is him done. STB doing a lap right now. Couple drivers on their lap. Danger going a bit slow to get some space from him to the Red Bull. Less than a minute left of qualifying now. 50 seconds remain. 3 drivers yet to set a lap. Gitolo will not be setting a lap. Impossible for him to get around the track in time. Will ride on board with Racing Wheel, who's yet to set a lap. Will he get a good lap in for where he wants to be? We will see now coming into the back stretch out of turn 13 into, well, in sector 3. DRS open under the headboard here. Quite obviously foot to the floor. There's a speed trap under this headboard. Now heavy braking, try not to miss the apex. Very nicely done by Racing Wheel here. And he's going to have a very nice lap here from what it looks like. The Racing Wheel going to push his Alpine from P13 across the line into P9 with a 134.236. A lot of drivers have now finished their lap. Youngling has now started his lap. Huge. It's currently on provisional pole. Dead Mail has not managed to improve with a 132.2. FG Danger is on a lap, who's currently right behind his Red Bull. However, Youngling has just got purple sector 2, and he might be the one to take Huge off in provisional pole at the moment. We'll keep riding on board with the Red Bull. However, FG Danger might also have a good lap on him. This Red Bull's going to have some potential slipstream from the car ahead of the Alpine. DRS open. Is going to be able to hit the apex here. Heavy braking now into gear 2 or 3. Missed the apex, and that goes to chances of getting provisional pole. Maybe onto the 2nd or 3rd row. He's come into the pit. He's not wanted to finish that lap. We're right on board with Danger now. Who could take provisional pole off Huge. It's not even Huge anymore. He's coming to the pit. Barrow had taken it off Huge, and Barrow had taken it with a 131.490, which is nearly 6 tenths, just over 6 tenths quicker than Huge. An unbelievable lap from Barrow. Barrow lost the race in Japan. Did absolutely unbelievable. I think he got 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. All drivers across the line now. Gitolo didn't complete a lap. A lot of drivers didn't complete a lap. But going to be an interesting race between the Williams, Mercedes and AlphaTauri. Red Bull nowhere to be seen in P14. Who are currently leading the championship, construction championship. It will be a very interesting race to see what happens. So we have Barrow in the AlphaTauri in third place, Hughes in the Mercedes in second, Seb Mail in the Williams third, McLaren P4 and P6, Motti in the Ferrari P5, STB Mercedes P7, Williams Van in P8, Racing Wheel and Ibo in the Alpine P9 and 10, Henk Burr in the Haas P11, Jill in the Alfa Romeo P12, Fodwad in the Ferrari of Motti's teammate in P13, Youngling, Skid Solo, Patrick Myler and QB did not set a lap. QB was disqualified for driving around the track the wrong way around. 4 drivers with no laps and 13 drivers with laps. It will be a very good and interesting race. Here we are at the Chinese Grand Prix. 5 red lights. And as Crofty said, it is lights out and away we go. Berry gets a very nice start here. Hughes has got an even better start on the medium tyres. He's already cleared. Berry going into turn 1. Get some track telemetry up. Interval to each other. The yellow flag round the back of Skid Solo, the current championship leader. No, it's teammate. Jill, Youngling and Van Racing colliding with each other. Get the telemetry up and lap data up. Danger maybe to making a move down the inside of Seb Mail already. A lot of drivers on different tyre wear, all on medium or soft tyres. Seb Mail drifted round turn 8. Told you not to touch that curb and he's done exactly what I told him not to do. A lot of cars going all over the place. STB just spun himself around. Beru is chasing down Ooge to try and take back in first position. They've already got himself a gap to third place. But I'm sure Danger's going to want to bridge that gap a bit closer together. Motti is currently 1.3 behind. DOTF and Zeropi chasing down Henk Burhack. STB has dropped all the way down to P17. Patrick Myler and Skid Solo swapping positions. Skid Solo going very wide, but Patrick Myler going down the inside here. And the Volkswagen is the next driver to be overtaken by Patrick Myler. And then Skid Solo going down the middle, and the 2 Alfa Romeos go down the middle. And it's almost like they have DRS on each other, but they don't. Breaking into big fight here, just for P11 here. Huge into first drives across the line. Big fight here between Skid Solo and Jill. Not sure there's going to be any team ordered between the 2 cars. Here we go, Taribo overtaking Quibble. Going side by side, going into turn 1. Who's going to get the advantage? Quibble. I've not got the advantage, but he might be losing 2 positions here. The Alpine and Alfa Romeo. Looking very slow there, not looking very great there for QBV. Riding back on board with this. Jill has dropped his time to his teammates. Now 1.7 second gap from Solo. Patrick Myler now going round the outside and now heavy braking into turn 6. Patrick Myler going a bit wide, but he's got the move done, damage between the Alfa Romeos, but I'm sure he'll be fine with that. Beru still trying to chase down Huge. Huge is looking very quick, but Beru trying to cling on to the gap. Beru is currently, where are you in the standings at the moment? Currently 17th in the championship. So relatively new driver to the to the league, and Dropi maybe going down the inside here of turn 13 of Henkberg, who's going to have the raw pace. Henkberg deploying as much ERS as he can. He deployed earlier to try and get the advantage over the McLaren, and he had, and he got the position over the McLaren, but then Dropi's not going to give this one up. Ibo making a move on Seb Mail, and that's Ibo going very wide in the hairpin on the penultimate corner. Not very good from him. A lot of drivers looking very shaky at the moment on those medium and hard tyres. Jill making an overtake on QBV. QBV looking very slow, but letting Jill move past. That's going to be track limits there for Jill. We have Andropi trying his best to get past Henkberg. A little bit of contact there. Not sure if it's going to be front wing damage for Andropi or not. Still trying to go side by side. Andropi wants to get this move done on the hash going into this heavy braking zone of turn 6. Henkberg and the hash have gone very deep and has locked up into the corner, but does not want to give the top to the McLaren. Andropi has got the position at the moment, but Henkberg's going to have the DRS on Andropi. So Andropi's going to want to breach this gap as much as he can. Henkberg looking very shaky, coming round to turn 8, going heavy braking into turn 9 and turn 10. And I don't think he's going to have the 1 second gap. The DRS detection zone is coming out of turn 11. So he might have the yellow flag further back of the Williams of Seb Mail spinning around. He is going to have DRS, but he doesn't have much ERS either. He's got a bit shaky coming out turn 13, and he's lost all of his time. He is going to have ERS, DRS, may I say, but looking very, very shaky indeed. Beru is now all over the back of Huge. Huge currently out 41% ERS with an advantage over Beru on the 35%. Beru is going to have the DRS advantage over Huge. Beru's got the fastest lap, and he's got the move done already going into turn 1, and the positions have switched again. Beru's taken back what he earned in qualifying of the P1. Not many driver moves further ahead going on. Patrick Myler is the only other driver with DRS here, along with Jill on the... No, Jill is coming into the picture. Patrick Myler chasing down Skid Solo within DRS range. One driver coming into the pit. PRL Jill. Not sure if that's for a front wing change or he really does not like his medium. And that will be a front wing change for the Alfa Romeo. FTB not looking very good at the moment. Looking a bit shaky. Beru's got Huge all over the back of him. Beru currently on 35% ERS. Huge currently on 41% ERS. Beru is looking very helpless here. Nothing he can do. Absolutely nothing he can do coming down the back stretch here. Huge, he's just got all the advantage, all the DRS advantage on the car. Best thing for Beru to do is to let the man pass and battle him again. So Huge is going to have not Huge's ERS, but he's going to have DRS. He's already got the move done nearly before the DRS detection point. There's a Fudge Wadge gone with a spin coming around turn 8. Not very good for him. Beru did not want to fight to give that one up that easily, but he's still going to be chasing down. Huge DRS detection zone 2. It's just before the final turn. Is he going to make the move here going into turn 1? Will he or will he not? No, he's not. He might be going around the outside. Fate the move on Huge. Very good fighting between the two of them here. Huge going round the outside. Tiny bit of contact. Beru going round the outside of turn 3. Very nice driving between the two of them. Huge is just clinging on for dear life to try and keep in front of the Alpha Tauri. Is he going to make the move here going into turn 6? No, he's not. He's going to back out of that one. Very, very good driving between the two. Huge locking up into turn 6, but I'm sure he won't be too much bothered by that. Skid Solo is all over the back of Patrick Myler. He's going to want to get past him for this championship point. He's currently trying to extend his lead as much as he can, but with his title rival currently sat in P2 in the championship, just 27 points behind. He's not going to be happy with that one. Skid Solo made the move just before turn 7 began. Ibo all over the back of Henkberg. Henkberg looking very shaky coming out of turn 9 and 10, but Ibo's going to try and get that move done. Now we go back to Huge. Is Huge close enough? Is he even close enough to make the move on Beru? Maybe not. Beru's driving very nicely here. He's not close enough to make the move. He's going to have double DRS advantage here. He's done very late braking to try and catch up to Beru. DRS advantage, both are relatively equal on 25 and 27. We go further back, Patrick Myler not close enough to make the move. Daribo and other drivers not close enough to make the move. We'll go back to Huge in the McLaren, not close enough to make the move either. Going into turn 1, Ted Mail making the overtake on QBville, just coming out of turn 13. Ted Mail's also going to have DRS, so clean air and DRS is what you always want here. These two drivers now currently fighting for first place at the moment. FD Danger in a world of his own currently. 2.9 seconds behind P2. There's a yellow flag of QBV going into the hairpin of turn 14. Gone very wide, and I don't know if he's turned his car around yet. Gone very wide and potentially front wing damage there for QBV. Huge is want to get past Beru. Beru's currently on 30% ERS. Huge is currently on 32. Huge is deploying at the moment, trying his best to catch up. And Dropi is all over the back of Motti, but it's been a bit shaky there. Ward 1/10, will he even get the DRS advantage here? Deploying ERS to try and get the DRS advantage. Motti not looking very great. And Dropi also not looking very great, losing the back end a tiny bit. Huge has now got ERS. He's not deploying any DRS. Will he make the move here? Going into turn 14, maybe, yes he will. And is Beru going to fight that one back? No, he's not. Bit of a lock up there from Huge. And Beru's going to fight that one back. No, he's not. He's going to back out that one. And maybe going into turn 1. These two are fighting very brilliantly. Huge has gone wide. They're going to be going a bit slow coming out of that corner. Beru round the outside of Huge going into turn 1. It's very, very beautiful driving I like to see between these two. Skidtolo and Daribo fighting. Daribo making his own track while we're at it. Skidtolo losing 3 positions there. Skidtolo gonna be put on pressure with the hat. We'll ride on board with the hat. Hank Burr qualified pretty well, but not looking very well in the race. Maybe not looking like a fan of the medium van racing. In the Williams is now pitted onto soft tyres, and QBV has now pitted onto soft tyres. Youngling making an overtake on Patrick Myler going into turn 6. Very nice move there between the Aston Martin and Red Bull. And Beru was banned! Potentially contact between a Mercedes and the AlphaTauri. Not too sure what happened there, but a potential victory for the AlphaTauri has now gone for a fight for the point. Not sure if he had wing damage or anything, but it was looking so good, and how quickly things can turn around in Formula 1. Anything can happen at any point in Formula 1, especially racing side by side with another driver. It's not very good, and especially if you have wing damage. Youngberg going down the inside of Hank Burr. Hank Burr losing 2 positions coming out turn 13. Patrick Myler with DRS and Youngling, but Youngling also had DRS, so not really anything there. Hank Burr not with any DRS in the chain. We'll ride on board with Beru. Not too sure if Beru had wing damage. He's not coming in, so he might not have any wing damage on that car. Doesn't look like it, but Racing Wheel is closing in on him very, very quickly. Patrick Myler and Youngling have spun around coming out of turn 16. Not very good for him. Skidtolo, and it's a virtual safety car. Virtual safety car. Motti currently standing in the podium point in third. 10 point something gap. 2 second. FD Danger with a 1.4 second gap. Too huge. He's closing that gap ever so slightly. Ted Mail has decided to come into the pit and take advantage of the virtual safety car. Under the VSD and safety car, you save a lot of time coming into the pit. Ted Mail has pitted onto the soft tyres. I'm going to see if he likes the soft tyres. Soft tyres don't really last that long here around China. Deb Mail with a drive-through penalty. A lot of drivers got penalties there. Let's have a look what penalty. 3 drivers with a drive-through penalty, and Dropi currently sat in 4th place, which was looking very promising for the McLaren. Jill in the Alfa Romeo and Deb Mail. 3 drivers with a drive-through, not very good. Ryden Bobman and Dropi, who's all over the back of Motti. Will Dropi come in here and serve a drive-through? Yes, he is serving a drive-through. Beru is not going to be a happy man right now. He had all the point for a grab. All the point. Eugene's going to be loving life right now. If he wins this race, close his gap to the current championship leader. There goes Dropi through the pit, serving a drive-through penalty. Haribo chasing down Henkber, coming around turn 3 and turn 2 and turn 3. Only drivers within DRS range of each other at the moment, the Alpine and the Haas. Every other driver is quite spread apart. The Red Bull currently just come in for fresh medium. Haribo looking very shaky coming out of turn 6 in the heavy braking. Maybe go around the outside of the Haas. Haas is looking very shaky. Both drivers not looking very confident with those medium tyres. And there goes the Haas of Henk Burr coming out of turn 8, just going into turn 9. Drifting the car, not what he wanted, front wing damage. He was in the point and it's all gone just like that. He had it all for grab and he lost it. You can tell he had front wing damage, the way he's turning and approaching all the corners. Very difficult to brake under with no front wing. Not really many fights going on right now. Not sure how many people we got watching at the moment. Got 8 people watching. Very nice. Henk Burr is looking very shaky. He's not having a good race, to be honest. I don't know if he wants me to watch him right now, the way he's driving. But I think this man's going to be coming into the pit with a bit of contact with STB. STB has done a very good recovery drive from the first lap, dropping down into P17. But he's managed to crawl back up into P10 at the moment, so very good for him. Fan racing. And Fogwad overtaking Henk Burr. Henk Burr will be changing his front wing. You can see the left end plate no longer there, so front left damage for him. Good Nolo and Patrick Myler, 2 drivers within DRS of racing wheel. 3 drivers also on hard, so they're looking on going a bit longer than the medium runners. Currently 19 laps left to go. 3 drivers on soft tyres, a couple on hard and the rest on medium. Solo and Patrick Myler in a DRS train with each other. Solo catching up to racing wheel. He's going to want to gain as many positions as he can, so Hughes doesn't get that massive jump on him in the driver's standing. Will he make the move here going into turn 1? No, he's not. He's going to play it safe, play it cautious. He doesn't want to risk anything too much. He's in the point. Racing wheel not looking very quick coming out of turn 2. Patrick Myler also joined in the fight. Deb Mail making a move on Fodwad. Youngling, a man who just banned a couple laps earlier, looking very quick at the moment on the new fresh medium tyre. Chasing down STB. Riding aboard to Skid Dolo, the current championship leader. Trying to get past the Alpine. Coming through turn 9 and turn 10. He's within DRS. DRS advantage. Racing wheel only has 11%. Skitolo with 24% and Patrick Myler with double the advantage on Skitolo. It might be 2 positions locked here for Racing Wheel. There's not really much he can do. Skitolo just wanting to get past, deploying all of the DRS. Racing Wheel is now doomed to run out of DRS. Skitolo chasing down the Alpine. I need to get the move done around the outside. Going into turn, but he's not going to give that one up. He is indeed. But the Alpine is going to have the DRS advantage on Skitolo coming out of the final corner. But because he has no ERS advantage, Patrick Myler will be the next one to hunt him down and try and overtake him. As I say that, Youngling just overtaken FTB on the same lap that I just said. He was 1.7 seconds behind, and he's now just got past him with a tiny bit lock up on the rear end there from Youngling. But his next driver to chase down is Dropi. A lot of drivers right now probably begging on a safety car. Racing Wheel potentially going around the inside. No, he's not. But maybe Patrick Myler go around the outside here of turn 6. Will he go around the outside here? No, he doesn't want to risk anything here. Too much. All 3 of them are in the point. Just don't touch the curb or anything. As I say that, touch the curb. It'll be interesting. Will FTB stay within the DRS of Youngling, who's currently on 7 lap fresher tyres, with a yellow flag of Patrick Myler, who just spun around and potentially getting away of the Alpine. He's looking very shaky. Will he let Ndropi park? He should be letting Ndropi park. Not letting Ndropi park, and Ndropi looking up his back wheel. He's not going to be happy with Patrick Myler blocking the track on him there. Racing Wheel will be trying to get the move done on the Alfa Romeo, but can't get that one done. Another driver locking up the rear end of his Alfa Romeo. Racing Wheel going to want to try and get past Skitolo now. DRS open, he doesn't have that much ERS. 6% ERS. Skitolo also on very low ERS. Is he going to make the move down here going into turn 1? Yes, he is going to make the move. Skitolo staying wide on the round the outside. Both drivers fighting side by side. Going into sector 1. Skitolo has backed out of that one. But maybe going to be a dive bomb going into turn 6. Maybe not. He might be too far back. Racing Wheel has deployed as much ERS as he can to try and save that position. Skitolo looking very deep and Racing Wheel locking up between the 2 drivers. Yellow flag in sector 3. And that is Jill. Maybe going a bit shaky going through there. We'll ride on board with these 2 drivers who are currently battling for 5th place. Beru has managed to catch up to Motti, so he wants to get back in the podium points. He does. Will he be able to catch back up to Huge? Not too sure. Currently a 13.8 second gap to Danger, maybe a 20 second gap at the moment to Huge from P3. Skitolo might not have DRS here as he was coming round. He will have DRS, but he's not going to be close enough to the Alpine. Both drivers are very lacking on ERS at the moment. The only 2 drivers that are potentially fighting as well as Henk Burr and Ted Mail. Ted Mail on fresher cloth and Henk Burr on 3 lap old hards, which may be trying to get to the end of the race on those hards. Skitolo still trying to get past his Alpine. 15 laps to go of this race. He's going to wait behind. See if the Alpine makes a mistake to grab the position. Coming round turn 2 and turn 3 here at the Chinese Grand Prix. And Ndropi has decided to come to the pit and put on the hard tyres. So that will be his one and only pit stop, Ndropi. Besides that drive through that he had to serve, which he won't be very happy with. Both McLaren were looking very promising in the points with P2 and P4, but right now one McLaren currently sat in P11. The other one looking very promising for points at the moment. Skitolo still within DRS range of the Alpine. Beru catching a couple of back markers with QBV and the Fodwad. Fodwad and Dev Mail fighting, going round sector 1, turn 2 and 2, turn 3. Then go back to these two. Not close enough for these two. With Hankberg trying to go round the outside of Fodwad, going into turn 6. And he has managed to get the move done. Will Fodwad fight that one back? No, he's not. Doesn't want to fight that one back too much, but Hankberg's gone very deep. He doesn't want to fight that one too much at all. Racing Wheel. Gitolo has got past Racing Wheel. QBV and he's got past Jill. Jill coming into the pit to change those tyres he just had on. Good racing and good battling between these two, Racing Wheel and Gitolo. Championship leader is going to want to try and catch up to Beru if he can. Try and see. Drivers at the moment are currently trying to see how far they can push these tyres and waiting to see until someone else pits. I will pit. That's exactly what they're thinking right now. I'm not going to pit. Maybe no one wants to do an undercut right now. Maybe a couple of the medium runners are going to try and go into soft tyres. We will see the two Williams are together. I'd say together. P12 and 13. Still an 18-second gap, but still together. Beru had managed to catch up to Motti. Motti's not going to be happy here. A bit shaky there from Motti coming out of turn 13. Beru managed to claw his way back from his marginal error, whether it was a collision or not, but he managed to get back into the points and past Motti going into turn 14. Motti has been driving exceptionally well, but Beru has just unfortunately been driving even better. Motti is going to have the direct advantage. Is he going to go down inside here at turn 16? No, he's not going to back that one out. And Beru is coming into the pit. He's made the move on Motti and went, I'm coming in. I'm going to undercut you. Danger has come in to put on new medium tyres. He was on a hard tyre. He's just come in to put on new medium tyres. Beru has come in as well. And what tyres will he put on? Will he put on the hard tyres or will he put on the soft tyres? He's going to have to gamble. He might be going on to the hard tyres. Let's have a look. He's gone on to the hard tyres. Racing Wheel has come in behind him to put on the medium tyres. So there's going to be a lot of different speed coming on here. Youngerling has done a very good comeback from an error he did coming out of turn 16 with a spin or potentially a collision. Wasn't on board. But he's done very well to claw back into P5. Danger. Will he undercut Huge? Maybe not close enough at the time. Will Huge come in? He's seen the guy behind him come in. Gitolo is currently yet to pit, chasing down the McLaren. Beru had now pitted. He's going to want to get that P3 back, and he's not going to want to ruin his lap, and you don't want Motti. Huge has decided to not come in. So will Huge try and drag out those medium tyres to get soft tyres on his car to try and take the fastest lap? Let's see what he will do. Motti is still yet to come in, still yet to come round the hairpin. Gone very deep. Motti's not going to be happy with that one. FG Danger going back marker of QBV. And Motti has decided to come into the pit. And they're going through Danger. Gitolo has also decided to come in. Gitolo is going to be putting on the medium tyres. And Motti goes for the gamble. And Motti has put on the soft tyres. 11 laps remaining. And Motti has gone for the gamble and put on soft tyres. Red tyres on that red Ferrari. Let's see how that will go for Motti. Motti's going to be significantly quicker than Beru in his first couple of laps. But throughout that, near the end of the race, it's going to be very slow. It's only a 4.7 gap from Motti to Beru. Beru's a very quick driver on the other hand. Beru's currently chasing down Youngling, who's currently third in the point. Danger is currently only 20 seconds to Huge. So as it stands right now, if Huge comes into the pit, Danger should undercut Huge. So, will Huge be coming in for the soft tyres? Will he be coming in for the hard tyres? Will he even be coming in this lap? We will see. As he comes round the final corner, he's coming in. Now we're right on board with Danger. Now coming around down the back end, coming into turn 14. Will he undercut Huge? Will he not undercut Huge? What tyres will Huge be coming on? FD Danger coming now round the final corner. Huge coming into the pit. Still yet to get his tyre changed. And he's putting on the soft tyres. And here comes Danger down the start finish straight. And he's passed Huge. But Huge is not far behind. Only potentially 2 to 3 seconds behind Danger. But Huge has got the soft tyres on that Mercedes. Huge has got a back marker in front of him, which is going to slow him down. And I think that might be... who is that? That is Fodwad in front of him. He's still yet to move out the way of the McLaren. Mercedes. Mercedes losing a lot of time to Danger. Currently 5.1 second gap to McLaren. Ferrari had finally moved out of the way. Huge is not going to be happy there. He's got 10 laps to catch up to Danger. Danger's tyres of the medium are going to be better in the long run. But Huge in the current run is going to be quicker. We have a yellow flag further back in sector 2, but all looked well. STB make the move on Van's Racing as he comes into the pit and takes off those 13 laps off tyres. Ibo currently on 1 lap tyres on currently P10. We have a lot of drivers chasing down other drivers here. Patrick Myler trying to get past Racing Wheel. Patrick Myler, there's a yellow flag and a QBville gone again. Nope. No, we're all good. We're all good. Patrick Myler currently chasing down the 3-second time penalty for Andropi. He's not had a good race with him today. A drive-through penalty for Andropi and now a 3-second time penalty. Not going to be happy. Skid Nolo has joined the party. Beru is now going to get the move done on Youngley going into turn 14. And we're going to go back to Patrick and Racing Wheel. Are either drivers close enough to make the move? No, they're not. The Racing Wheel has currently only got 1% ERS. Patrick Myler on older tyres. But I forgot to breathe. Youngling still chasing down Beru, but Beru's going to be a lot quicker on the fresher hard. Youngling has done very well here. Huge has currently decreased the gap to 4.7 seconds, catching up very quickly to Danger. Huge currently on 51% ERS, potentially conserving his ERS for the fight with the McLaren, and the McLaren might be doing the same thing as well. McLaren looking very shaky on fuel, as you can see in the bottom left, and that's the hat of Henkberg spinning around coming out the final corner of Van Racing going past him. We have Skid Nolo and Patrick Myler still trying to get past Racing Wheel. Youngling still trying to chase down Beru. He's going to have the DRS. Is he going to upset Beru with that podium position? Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to see. He's not looking very quick on the 10-lap medium. Not sure if he's going to pit again. Not sure if those mediums are going to last to the end. Patrick Myler currently on 29% ERS, deploying. Racing Wheel only on 16%. Huge has now taken fastest lap. That's now only a 2.6 second gap to Danger. He is absolutely flying around the track. Patrick Myler and the Alpine of Skid Nolo maybe go down the inside of turn 14. He has gone down the inside of Patrick Myler. He's made the move go down the inside. He's going to make the move stick, and he has made the move stick. Skid Nolo, absolutely brilliant move there in turn 14. And now he's going to chase down Racing Wheel. Youngling coming to the pit for fresh medium tyres, and Racing Wheel has conceded the position, but is he going to fight that one back going into turn 2? No, he is not. He's going to slot behind the Alfa Romeo. Skid Nolo done a very good drive here from P17 to P5, if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a look at the interval position changes. There we go. 10 positions gained for Skid Nolo. 3 positions changed to Danger. Huge currently at where he started. Beru drops 2 positions. He started on pole position. Still in the podium point, but he's not going to be happy with that one. Ted Mail has dropped 10 positions. He won't be happy with that either. Huge is catching up very quickly to Danger, and Raking Wheel is still within DRS range of Kid Dolo. Kid Dolo currently has 37% ERS. Raking Wheel had very minimal ERS, but he is going to have a DRS advantage. Huge has now got almost within DRS range of FD Danger. FD Danger had been conserving his DRS. Huge had not. Huge's tyres are going to be very worn out towards the end of the race. FD Danger will not. There are 8 laps remaining of this Grand Prix, and anyone can still win this Grand Prix. Racing Wheel is chasing down Skid Solo. Got no ERS left. Skid Solo currently on 13% ERS. Good fight between these two. STB currently trying to get past Taribo for the final point of the championship of the listing of the drivers. Current fight for the last point in P10. There's a fight for P8 between Andropi and Youngling. However, Andropi will drop down with the 3-second time penalty he's been given. Racing Wheel currently chasing down Skid Solo, and Huge is now all over the back of FD Danger. Will FD Danger concede the position? Yes, he will. He's not going to bother fighting that one back, but I don't think he's going to give it up that easily. I'm going to ride a ball with these two after we watch these two. There's a couple of back markers. Racing Wheel chasing Skid Solo. Is he going to fight that one back? He's not going to fight that one back, but they're very close to each other. Beru might get an opportunity if these two keep on fighting. Might get the opportunity to catch up to these two cars. Danger is looking very shaky coming out of turn 15. It's now got out of the DRS. Not deploying any ERS. STB has made the move now on Andropi. Andropi has now dropped down to P10. Will Ibo manage to catch up in enough time with those soft tyres to get within a 3-second gap of Andropi to take the final championship points? We will see Racing Wheel all over the back of Skid Solo, who's currently behind a couple of back markers of Fodwad. He's going to be letting past Skid Solo. Fodwad with a 5-second time penalty for ignoring blue flag. Jill is the next driver who's currently under blue flag condition. FD Danger had now lost the DRS advantage, currently 1.4 second gap to Huge. Not many drivers within ERS, and Dropi have decided to come into the pit and get rid of those hard tyres. Not sure what he will be putting on. He'll be putting on the soft tyres, and he will be changing his front wing auto. Dropi had just come out of the pit, just behind Van braking. Ibo with a 3-second time penalty. If you go off the track 3 or more times, you get a track warning for every time you go off the track. If you do it 3 times, you receive a 3-second time penalty. If you do it more than 3 times, if you do it 6 for example, you will keep getting multiple penalties, with Patrick Myler being the next man to join the penalty team. Youngling making the overtake on Patrick Myler on the fresh soft tyres. He's using the soft tyres to his advantage. This man has done very well on the soft tyres to claw back the positions that he's lost. Next one to overtake is a back marker of Jill, who's moved out of the way very nicely. He's going to be chasing down Racing Wheel and Skid Solo, who's just outside of the gap of DRS on Motti. Beru not being able to catch up to Danger. Danger tired of the medium, might be slowing down a bit, and Dropi is going to be chasing down Ibo with Van Brayton just behind him. Don't think Van Brayton tyre will be fresh enough to keep up with the McLaren. McLaren of Entropia had a very, very unfortunate race, speeding under virtual safety car, which has led to him having a drive-through penalty, and he's now got a 3-second penalty, so it's not looking good for him. And that is a Aston Martin of Patrick Myler going in the gravel of Sector 3, which should allow Youngling to gain another position. Now Motti and Gittolo. Gittolo just made the move on Motti. Gittolo is touring its way back from P17, doing a very good job on this medium tyre, trying to hold up to his driving standing championship that he might be winning, might not be winning. Not many races left of the season. Motti trying to stay as close to Gittolo as he can. Youngling is now within DRS and reaching range of Racing Wheel. It won't really be a fight between the mediums and the soft tyres. Racing Wheel looking very shaky, locking up going into turn 6. Youngling is going to be he's not going to be happy being held up here. But he's going to want to get that moved on the Alpine. Not yet. Motti still within DRS of Gittolo. Will he be able to get Gittolo here? Gittolo looking a bit shaky coming out of turn 13. ERS only 5%. Gittolo also very low ERS. Motti with a DRS advantage. Won't be able to get it done here, but maybe get it done into turn 1. Youngling maybe had a bit of a mishap, dropping so much time to Racing Wheel. There was a yellow flag in sector 2 with a driver error. Racing Wheel has now got within the DRS gap of Motti. Motti has not managed to stay within the gap of Gittolo. Gittolo is now going to try and run away with that P4, so Hughes doesn't get as many championship points as he can. Hughes might be getting a penalty, might not be getting a penalty. Not too sure what the collision between Barrow and Hughes was. Youngling chasing down Racing Wheel and also chasing down that P4 potentially with those 5-lap tyres. Patrick Myler had just pitted on to fresh soft tyres. Ribbo is going to have difficulty catching up to Patrick Myler. Youngling is going to want to get that past that Alpine as quick as he can. He doesn't have many laps to do so. He only has 4 laps, maybe 3 laps after this lap finishing, to try and catch up to P4 of Gittolo. Motti is still trying to stay within the DRS. Racing Wheel's not going to have much chance against Youngling here. Youngling with currently 19% ERS, Racing Wheel with 3%, and Youngling with a slipstream and a DRS advantage, and it's cleared him way before going into turn 14. Youngling doing a very good comeback drive for the Red Bull team. Alfa Romeo currently trying to close down Red Bull in the Constructors' Championship, and right now we have Red Bull trying to close down the Alfa Romeo. QBV joined the penalty team as well with a 3-second time penalty. Enteropi trying to get past Ribbo, and Youngling maybe going round the inside of turn 2 of Motti. Will he go round the outside of turn 3 of Motti? What are you going to do? Switch back on Motti. He's done a switch back on Motti. Coming out of turn 3, going into turn 4 now. The fight between the Ferrari and the Red Bull. Leclerc and Verstappen maybe in the future. Motti does not want to give that one up. He's still fighting going into turn 6. Tiny bit of contact between the Ferrari and the Red Bull. They do not want to give each other up, and neither of them want to concede the position. Both of them are trying to catch up to Gittolo. Youngling not going to be happy with that Ferrari not letting him past. Motti defending absolutely brilliantly here, may I say. Youngling currently on 16% ERS, Motti currently on 8%. Will Motti try and get the DRS advantage on Youngling? No, he's not. Motti's going to be very vulnerable here. And so will Skid Dolo. Youngling going down the inside of turn 13. And Motti has to concede that position and going to have no chance fighting that back with Youngling. Youngling's going to be slingshotted with a DRS. But he's got the slipstream coming into turn 14. Will Motti go down the inside of turn 14 of the Red Bull? We will see. No, he's not. He's backed out of that one. But Motti deploying all the DRS and still managing to stick with the Red Bull. Looking very good with the low wing there, Motti. Still chasing down the Red Bull, both drivers on soft tyred. Motti now has the DRS advantage on Youngling. Youngling now trying to catch up with Skid Dolo. Motti looking very good defensively as well. Not many other drivers battling apart from the battle for P4 at the moment. Huge had got P1 wrapped up, currently in lap 27. On the penultimate lap, FD Danger currently 11 seconds behind in P2. Beru with a very unfortunate collision potentially, or a spin or a driver error. Skid Dolo is currently vulnerable right now. He's got Motti, who's now lost DRS to the Red Bull. But Youngling now catching up to Skid Dolo very, very quickly. Skid Dolo not looking very quick. Skid Dolo currently on 19% DRS on the penultimate lap. Red Bull chasing him down with 12% DRS. Gonna have the DRS advantage in sector 3, but will Skid Dolo give it up that easily on the final lap? He's not gonna want to. We will see. Red Bull going down the inside, and now it's Red Bull against Alfa Romeo, and it is in the Constructors' Championship. Skid Dolo and the Red Bull with the DRS, but Skid Dolo said no thank you, that's my position. Red Bull potentially going down the inside of turn 14, and he has gone down the inside, both drivers looking up. Skid Dolo potentially going around the outside of turn 15, and he has gone around the outside. Will Youngling stick around the outside? They're going to back out. Brilliant fighting between two drivers. Youngling now has DRS advantage on the final lap. The fight for P4. Going round the outside of turn 1. Will they keep the move stuck on Skid Dolo? Skid Dolo's not going to give that one up down the inside, and he's still got that inside. It's got a bit wide and got a bit shaky, bit of contact between the Red Bull and the Alfa Romeo. And Youngling, after all the hard work he has done, has had contact with the Alfa Romeo, and that is so unfortunate for him, and he's spun it again. The tyres are too warm, and he's going to be absolutely devastated with the contact. And I think there may be a report between Youngling and Skid Dolo. A bit of contact. Skid Dolo going a bit shaky there. Skid Dolo had currently got P4. No one will be catching up to him, but very unfortunate for Youngling. Very, very unfortunate for the contact with Skid Dolo. Was looking very good between the two, but very unfortunate. And then again with the spin, with dirty tyres and very hot tyres, causing another spin. Very unfortunate, but huge. I missed it, but he crossed the line with a 14-second gap to Danger, who had crossed the line in P2 with 12-lap medium. Done very well for McLaren. Beru not far behind in P3 for the AlphaTauri. Skid Dolo with a bit of controversial contact. We will see with the Alfa Romeo coming round the final corner of P4. Motti not far behind on soft tyres in the Ferrari racing wheel. Just one more lap maybe would have got Motti. Youngling, very unfortunate. He's had a very unlucky race, but P7 I would still be happy if I was him. The Mercedes just behind the Red Bull in P8, just 9.3 seconds, crossing the line in the point. Patrick Myler wrapped up the Aston Martin in P9, and the McLaren, the final driver to get the final point of China. 1 point. Come around the final corner. Daribo feels like collecting another penalty. McLaren across the line, wrapped up the point. Daribo will cross the line in P11, but may drop further down. Van Graden crosses the line and jumps Daribo, And Deb Mail auto jumped Daribo. So very good driving between everybody. So there we have it, the Chinese Grand Prix round 14. Huge in the Mercedes, getting P1. Very nice drive for him. Beru in P3, very unfortunate for him. Danger in P2 in the McLaren. Both McLaren getting points. Very good. The only team, oh no, Mercedes and McLaren getting points. Very good. And I'm sure I'll see you next time. Brilliant.